So, as I told you, let me explain you about one of the most important persons here, because thanks to him, this place is well known. I am talking about the Professor Hiram Bingham, right? He was born in the United States. He was teaching South America history courses at Yale University and was chosen as delegate by his country to participate in the first American Scientific History Congress carried out in Santiago de Chile in 1908. Right, but when he was here, I mean in South America, as well, he started his activity like explorer, because he was taking the horseback journey from Caracas, Venezuela to Bogota, Colombia, because he was following the Simon Bolivar way. Simon Bolivar is another important person here because he helped up to get our independence from Spain. And as well, he was comparing Simon Bolivar with George Washington. Right? And then he followed the old colonial trade way, because that was connecting Buenos Aires, Argentina, Bolivia, the Lake Titicaca, and the Cusco city. And during that time, they were transporting a lot of silver. But when he was in Cusco, local people, local authority gave him a great welcome, no, because he was a doctor. And as well, they told him about the Incas and the pre-Incas, right? And also they showed him another Inca city, which is named Choquequirao. That Inca city is located behind this mountain range, and this one is bigger than Machu Picchu. Wow. Right? Well, the Dr. Bingham was there, and the local people told him, if you are going to organize any expedition around to this area, he's going to find the last or the lost city of the Incas. You know, during that time, well, right now, there are some people to find these places because they want to get some Inca treasures, right, yeah, gold and silver. Right, but after that, the Dr. Bingham returned to Lima, and he had the opportunity to check ancient chronicles or ancient book, which had been written by the first Catholic priest in the middle of the 16th century, and he found the name of Vilcabamba. Vilcabamba is another Inca city. They are located as well in the Amazon jungle, no? That we call this area like the last capital of the Incas, right? Well, immediately after his expedition, the Dr. Bingham returned to the United States, right? And he was looking for economic support and helped by the Yale University and the National Geographic Society to organize the first scientific expedition. And 2 years later, I mean in 1911, he returned here with some geographers, geologists, naturalists, doctors, surveyors, engineers, and a lot of attendees, right? But when he was in Cusco, he met another American doctor named Albert Gisset, who told him about this city. Because he said in the last week, some indigenous people have found a lost city of the Incas around to the Urubamba Canyon, around this canyon, right? And as well, they told him that there is a local farmer who knows very well this place that is going to show this city, right? His name was Melchor Arteaga, yeah, right? And also, no, Albert Gisset put Bingham in touch with his local farmer. Well, later, the Dr. Bingham left Cusco with his expedition. He went to the Sacred Valley and then to Ollantaytambo. After that, heading down the river through the Urubamba Canyon, and he was looking for this local farmer, and he found here, close to Aguascalientes town. Wow. Right? Well, the Dr. Bingham asked him where he's going to find any Inca city, and the local farmer pointing up that iconic mountain, he said Picchu. Picchu means in the Quechua language, mountain, right? Okay. And he said around that mountain, around the mountain, yeah, there is a lost city like that one. Wow. Right? Well, of course, the Dr. Bingham asked him to show the city, right? And the next day were coming up, only the Professor Bingham with his local guide. They were crossing the river, and then they began the ascent along a section of the Inca Trail and arriving were at the bus station. At the same place we had just arrived some minutes ago, right? Yeah. Well, but in that time, they found one indigenous family living there. And 2 families were living around to that building. Wow. Around to that temple, right? Well, I mean, in that time, the Dr. Bingham found 3 indigenous families living right here, right? But where is that different when the Professor Bingham first came here? Oh, I bet this looked totally different. We have seen already so far. Yes. All this city, all this great complex was completely covered by dense vegetation because this city was abandoned for about 300 years. Wow. Right? Well, and then the doctor went to explore. He was taking the first picture, right? And after that decided to return to his camping site. But I think during the afternoon or during the dinner time, they were talking about the city with another member of his expedition. But in the next day, they didn't return here. But I think in the beginning, they didn't give me the proper importance to this place because maybe he said it is another Inca ruins.
Ruins,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and then they continued his journey downstream. And after 3 or 4 weeks, he found another Inca complex, Vilcabamba, the last capital of the Inca. In a short time, the Professor Bingham found both Vilcabamba and Machu Picchu.
Wow.
Right? Well, but why the Professor Bingham is so important for us? Because sometimes he returned to the United States looking for another economic support. And that's when he gave presentation at university in the United States, talking about the city, talking about the Incas. And in April 1913, the famous National Geographic magazine published an article about the city with the title "In the Wonderland of Peru," director of the expedition, the Professor Hiram Bingham. Recently, after that one, this place, this wonderful place, is well known by the Cuscanian, by the Peruvian, by the people around the world. Well, actually, as far as I'm concerned, I prefer to call the Professor Bingham like a scientific discovery of this place for the reason on July 24, we are celebrating the scientific discovery of this wonderful place. And later will coming another explorer, another expedition, the first visitor, and right now are visiting 100,000 million of people this gorgeous place.
Wow, thank you so much. Isn't it beautiful? And our weather today.
And the weather, with a nice view, with a nice weather, sunny day.
Sunny day.